Alright guys, so today we're going to be covering how much money we need to trade futures. A lot of you guys are asking, so I just decided to make a video to answer all of your questions. Okay, so let's just jump right into it. So in futures, there's a thing called margin. Okay, you may be familiar with stocks and how you need $25,000 minimum to day trade. There's also a minimum in futures, however, it's not anywhere near as high. Right, so look, as we can see here, to day trade the S&P 500 futures, you only need $500 minimum in your account to put on one contract. Okay, so the Nasdaq 100 futures, again, same thing, 500. The Dow 500. Okay, so that just basically means that if you had, let's say, $1,000 in your account, the most that you could put, like possibly put on, like in size, was 2 contracts. Okay, obviously you would not do that ever because if you go like even 1 cent below, you would be required to put money in your account, or the broker would just close your position. Okay, so you would never trade like that, but just in theory, that's the maximum number of contracts that you can trade. Okay, now these are the full contracts, right? As you can see, you need 500. Okay, but there's also micro contracts. Okay, these are 1/10 the size of the full contracts, and these are great for people that don't have that much money to start with. Okay, so let's look right over here. As you can see, micro E-mini S&P 500, and look at what it says: $50 day trading margins. That means you need $50 in your account minimum to trade these contracts, right? So $50, $50 for the Nasdaq. Okay. Now, if you were to look at them side by side on the chart, they're identical, okay, in how they trade. They trade pretty much almost tick by tick. Okay, so let's say you were following along with me and I said, okay, we're going to risk here 2 points, right? For me, if I was trading only one contract, this would be $100 risk. But for you, if you were following along in the micro, right, it would only be $10 worth of risk, right? Because it's 1/10, right? Let's say you wanted to put on 5 micro ES contracts, right? So for you, instead of $10, it would be $50 risk, right? Because you have 5 contracts, right? Pretty simple. These markets are pretty much identical. The micros and the full size contracts, right? Here in this, I'm gonna be linking both of these pages in the description so you guys can check them out yourselves. But yeah, as we can see here, each tick for the S&P 500 is $12.50, right? But for the micro, it's only $1.25 per tick, right? For the Nasdaq, it's only 50 cents per tick, and $5 on the full contract. Okay, so as you can see, it's very accessible. You don't need a lot of money to trade them, right? Now, obviously, there's different types of contracts, right? There's a gold, there's a crude oil, there's also currency futures. If you guys didn't know, like the Australian dollar futures, right? Those tick in $10 increments, right? But there's also the micros, so those are $1 per tick, or the British pound, it's 62 cents per tick, right? So there's a bunch of different contracts that you can trade, different products. I focus mainly on the indices, right? So like the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq. But yes, I hope I answered some of your questions. And yeah, as you can see, you don't really need that much money to trade. It's very accessible for a lot of people. If you guys have any more questions, please let me know, either in the comments or shoot me an email. Also, feel free to check out our website. We have a lot of information there regarding this too. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys.